This is the TOTO K300 electronic bidet toilet seat. At first glance, it looks pretty sleek and modern, with a low profile compared to older, bulkier models. The seat has a nice smooth curve, and there's not a lot of extra bulk in the back. Because this one uses a tankless water heating system, it just fits really naturally into a modern bathroom setup. And if aesthetics are important to you, this is one of the best looking bidets I've come across. From my experience, I started looking into bidets after trying a simpler one on vacation. I wasn't totally sure if I needed so many features or how much I would actually use them. I spent a lot of time scrolling through online reviews, watching installation videos, and comparing models from the most basic up to the ultra high-end auto lid types. I ended up picking the K300 for what I thought was a good balance of price and features without going too over the top. A lot of people are still new to bidet seats like this, so I'll go over the key features that stood out to me and how they work from my own experience. I'll also cover some of the things that make me a big fan, as well as a few things that I wish were better. One of the first things that caught my attention with the K300 is the heated seat. I live somewhere that gets pretty cold during the winter, and there is nothing quite like sitting down on a nice warm toilet seat when it's 10 degrees outside. It's something I never really knew I needed, but now that I have it, I'd hate to give it up. The seat's temperature can be adjusted from the remote, and it's so much better than sitting on freezing cold plastic early in the morning. The bidet itself uses an instant water heating system, which sets it apart from a lot of older or cheaper models that have a water tank. That means you get unlimited warm water without worrying about running out halfway through. When I started reading up on this, I saw that some tank models only give you 30 to 60 seconds of warm water before switching to cold, which can be a real surprise, especially in winter. With this one, the warm water keeps going as long as you need it. From my experience, that's worth the upgrade if you're choosing between K300 and a cheaper TOTO option. The remote control is another thing I really appreciate. It's wireless, and you can mount it on your wall wherever is most convenient. It's easy to use, with big buttons and clear labels for each function. You can adjust the water pressure, the temperature of the water, and the seat, turn on the dryer, and even customize settings for 2 different users. Personally, I set up my favorite positions and pressure, and my partner has hers saved too. Switching between them is simple, just a press of a button, and you get exactly the experience you want. When I started using the bidet, I was a bit skeptical about the cleaning performance, but the adjustable water pressure works well. For those who wonder if the pressure is strong enough, I usually use a higher setting and have found it very effective. The wand moves back and forth to cover more area, and it has a pulsating wash if you want a different feel. TOTO calls their cleaning technology e-water, which means the wand self-cleans automatically with electrolyzed water both before and after you use it. For someone who is a bit picky about hygiene, this is reassuring and saves me from worrying about cleaning it by hand. I noticed the lid and seat both have a soft close mechanism, so you don't have to deal with any loud banging, which is a nice touch. It just slowly lowers itself down. It's not something essential, but after using it for a while, I actually really appreciate that the bathroom stays quiet even if someone drops the lid. The dryer is decent. It's an automatic warm air dryer, so after washing you have the option to dry off without reaching for toilet paper. For me, it works best if I let it run a minute or 2, but it's not instant, and I sometimes still use a little paper if I'm in a hurry. If you've never used a bidet dryer before, just know it's a gentle warm airflow, not like a hand dryer you'd find in a public restroom. I want to mention the deodorizer too. TOTO uses an air filter system that runs automatically after you leave the seat, supposedly to help neutralize odors. There's an activated carbon filter inside, and you do need to replace it every few months. From my experience, it works pretty well for normal use. But if you're sensitive to bathroom smells, just keep in mind that heated seats can sometimes let odors linger more. Some people in the reviews mentioned this, so if you're particular about it, make sure you keep up with changing the air filter. About installation, I'm not especially handy, but putting the K300 in took me about half an hour. You just take off the old seat, attach the new bracket, set the seat in place, then connect the water supply and plug it in. The only thing you should check first is if your bathroom has a grounded GFCI electrical outlet nearby. The power cord is about 4 feet long. If you don't have a socket, you might need to call in an electrician. The manual could be a bit more clear, but I found plenty of videos online to guide me through it. I want to touch on maintenance, because if you've never owned an electronic bidet seat before, it's a little different from a regular toilet seat. There are a few more nooks and crannies, and sometimes the area around the back housing collects dust or grime. You'll want to wipe it down every so often, and it helps to use gentle cleaners so you don't damage the plastics or the wand. I read in a few reviews about odor building up if you ignore cleaning. So I try to keep up with it, and honestly, it doesn't take much extra work. If you're wondering about comfort, the seat itself is actually shaped really nicely for sitting. I've used some older or cheaper bidets where the seat felt awkward or unstable. The K300 feels solid and comfortable even for longer sessions. The surface is smooth and easy to clean, and it's not too high in the back, so it doesn't look weird on my toilet. Now, I had some worries at first. I wondered if I'd actually use all the features, or if it would be worth the upgrade versus a cheaper model. After using it for a few months, I have to say, it's definitely improved how comfortable and clean I feel. Going back to a regular toilet seat feels pretty outdated now. The heated seat keeps things cozy in winter. The unlimited warm water is great, and the easy-to-use remote means I don't have to fiddle with small or awkward controls. I also like the idea that it helps reduce toilet paper usage, which is better for the environment. There are a few things I'd change if I could. The drying function, while nice, could be a bit stronger or faster. The air purifier works, but I wish I could trigger it while I'm sitting, not just after. Maintenance could be easier if the design had fewer hidden spaces where dust can collect. And I did need to double-check my bathroom power outlets, which turned into a separate little project. But honestly, from my experience, I'd recommend this for anyone who wants to make their bathroom a little more comfortable without going overboard on both price and features. It sits in a really nice middle spot. Not the cheapest, but not the priciest either. It doesn't have every single fancy thing, like auto-opening lids or built-in night lights, but I found that I don't miss those. The indicator lights are bright enough at night to act as a guide, and everything else just works the way I expect it to. For people who are new to electronic bidets, let me just say it's not hard to get used to. The first couple times might feel a bit weird, but after that, it's just normal. All the main features, heated seat, warm water wash, gentle dryer, self-cleaning, the K300 covers them all in a user-friendly package. In conclusion, I've really enjoyed using the TOTO K300 electronic bidet toilet seat. It's a sleek, practical upgrade that brings a touch of comfort and hygiene without being too complicated. If you're considering your first bidet, or you want to step up from a basic model, this one hits a sweet spot for features, comfort, and ease of use. I definitely recommend it, especially for modern bathrooms or for anyone who wants something reliable and easy to maintain. You can find detailed information about the TOTO K300 electronic bidet toilet seat in the comments section. See you in the next video.